I'm going to talk to you about a nursery bed. A nursery bed is basically an area in your garden that you set aside for propagating plants. So in my own garden, I set aside one of the beds in my vegetable garden as a nursery bed. And in this bed I grow on tree seed, I take cuttings, and if I divide plants, sometimes I plant them in here and give them a chance to establish before they're planted out into their permanent position. So it's very easy basically to have one in your own garden. The ideal width is about 1.2 metres, which means you can easily reach into the middle of the bed without having to overstretch, and about 4 metres long, so it's comfortable to walk around, not too long, because we try and avoid standing on the soil and compacting it as much as possible. Ideally it'll be in a sheltered position, so we have a hedgerow around our garden and that gives a little bit of shelter. And the soil in the bed, ideally it will be free draining soil. If your soil is very heavy and very clayey, add some horticultural grit or some sand, and if you raise the bed, that also helps with drainage. So the problem with clay soil is that it's heavy and it holds on to water, and if you put your young plants in there, the new roots find that difficult. They don't like sitting in a puddle of water. It will need to be kept weed free while the plants establish, and that's why I include it in my vegetable garden, because then I don't forget about it. If you have some leaf mould, you can add in a layer about 3 centimetres deep all over the soil, and this will help keep moisture in, it will help keep the weeds down a little bit, but really mainly it will introduce some soil microorganisms and beneficial fungi, and these will help the roots of the plants establish.